Hey there. I did it again. Oh, I do love my no phone, I really do, but every time I move, I just set the video off. Anyway, here we are. Hi, welcome. My name's Kerry Ann. Disclaimers, these are just my thoughts and opinions. I speak on behalf of nobody else, and also I swear. Now, I want to start by giving a little apology to my local Labour ward councillor, Karen Pickering, who I dissed in my last video for saying I assumed, because I'd read the statement that the comment that she had put up, I kind of insinuated that she was on about grooming gang. Anyways, let me just say what it was that she actually wrote. You flag wavers do nothing but put your country down. What about the young girl who got up to speak about being groomed by white men and got booed off the stage? Shameful and disingenuous. I reckon you should leave yourself if you don't like Britain. Women have more to fear about angry middle-aged white men in their own home. You're a disgrace. Personally, I ain't got any angry white men in my home. I'm living fear-free. Having said that, this woman here is responsible, is in part responsible for there being a mosque being put next door to our primary school. This time next year, my life is going to be completely different thanks to this fucking woman, right? Who's literally hating white people, who's being racist, right? Like, literally, I'm saying, with what I'm saying, and it's based on the facts of Islam as I've seen them, and I have so much fucking proof because I bother to look. Now, if I listen to Karen Pickering and her friend Elaine Pantling, because they're like together, but they've got this Joanne woman who's really even more arse-licked than her, and I think because Elaine sort of sits behind, she lets Karen do all the talking at the meetings and shit. So I think she's out, and like that's the general thing. Wouldn't know, banned from the community, right? But like, literally, what I'm saying is about a religion that's based on segregation of men and women, and that is the point of this video again. And literally, trust me, this is getting me down, fucking focusing on Islam. It is, regressive isn't even, it doesn't fit with modern society. It doesn't fit with English values, right? And you only have to look at it. But this woman has told us to not look at it. Before the planning meeting for that mosque went ahead, she told everybody, you cannot mention Muslim grooming gangs. Muslim grooming gangs, not brown men grooming gangs, not Pakistani grooming gangs, Muslim grooming gangs, right? The religion that is both a religion and a law that states that a little girl can be raped anally up to and vaginally after the age of 8. That any woman or girl not wearing a head covering is theirs to take sexually. That a woman cannot divorce her husband without his fucking permission, but all he has to do is tell her that she's divorced. That for her to be raped, right? If a woman gets raped, to prove it, she has to have the witness testimony of 4 men to back it up. Otherwise, it's a false accusation. And under Sharia law, a false accusation of rape comes with a death penalty. I ain't making this shit up. She is. She has literally told us. And when the planning meeting went through, and again, I have to, come and say that I was wrong. I said 3 times as many people on the estate said no as yes, right? 250 people gave a written statement. 870 or whatever it were gave a written statement. 2,500 signed a petition. So there were 10 times as many people on this estate said no as yes. And this woman has told us, you are fucking having it. That's the end of it. And I'm sorry for calling her out, but if you want to be the public face of something, and if you want to tell an entire estate you've done all you can do, let it go now. and you want to put that on your own head, then you deserve to be called out on that ridiculous fucking bully tactics, telling a whole estate. And literally, this is indicative of, because you'll find people, if you listen out, you'll see that people who follow the official narrative use the exact same terminology, because they're just repeating what they've been told verbatim. That's apparently intelligence in today's society, right? That's why them bastards, my arch nemesis, the people I'm actually called, Karen Pickering, is nothing to me but somebody who is literally throwing our estate under the bus. But let's not forget, our MP, Shocker Adam, has terrorist links. His brother set up an Islamic group, and somebody on his campaign team is in prison or got sent to prison, and I think he's out, but there's still an ongoing investigation and whatever with terrorist links, right? I don't think, right, I've lived on this estate and the estate next door. Like, I was born on the estate next door, Saffron Lane Estate. I was born there. I spent some time in Loughborough, moved back over here to live in a women's refuge in 2001. Because, of course, I got my tits kicked in by an angry young white man. He wasn't middle-aged. But, of course, I got my tits kicked in because I got a mouth on me. And literally, you're never going to see me marrying a Muslim, mate, because I would be beheaded. I would be stoned in the marketplace. Anyways, but trust me, this gets on my tits. I don't like looking at this. It's so negative. The whole religion is so negative. I don't see why I should have that pushed on me. Now, I don't know if there's anybody out there who wants to look this up for me, please feel free. We have a church down the road in Blaby, I think. I ain't heard them church bells in ages. Right now, the mosque, the people who are taking over the mosque, but the pub, right, our local pub, which is now becoming a mosque, they're saying we won't be doing a call to prayer. The people in Michigan got told that, I think, the one who their mayor told the Christian, the people that live there who were Christian, that you're not welcome in that town. Not welcome in that town, racist, Islamophobe. Literally, if they don't get their way, everybody else is wrong. And because we've got people like Karen Pickering saying, listen, do what you're told, shut the fuck up, nobody's looking at it. But literally, this time next year, the women and children on my estate are going to be in physical danger because of what is in the law of these people. Do you know what I mean? Their whole, it's religion and law. And they are taught, all of the men are going there to pray 5 times a day, to be taught to be like Mohammed, because Mohammed is perfect. Mohammed had 9 wives. Aisha was the 3rd, I want to say. She was 6 years old, and he took her virginity when she was 9. I sat and watched a couple of imams have a chat with this white fella last night, video on YouTube, because I do look, despite people like Karen Pickering telling me that I can't look. No. Oh, no, there's no proof of anything bad. No, they're good. We've met with the imam, and he's a lovely fella. They're laughing at you, right? And them bastards who made the religion in the first place, along with Judaism and Christianity, are laughing at us all. Because we're being fucking swept up on this. And all of this floor show, the whole fucking thing, is so that they don't get seen by us. And they can make the decisions that fashion our daily lives. And they can have their agendas. And, I've got to do a video on fucking Digital ID, actually, because Keir Starmer he's pulled a blinder. Anyways, let's get to the topic, because we're only not 10 minutes in nearly. This, and this is going to be my estate come next year. Mosque bans women and girls over 12 from participating in inclusive and family friendly charity fun run. Now, let's not forget, and there are many videos I have talked about our local Labour Council, because I was involved in a community project and I was ousted because I tried to make it about the community, get the community involved, and I was told quite clearly, no, we don't want people coming to this fucking community orchard. Too many people will turn up. It's something for the what the fuck? And it literally is a Labour vanity project, right? It ain't even on the maps. You go and look, you can't find it online. A community project you can't find on... Don't get me started. Anyways, right, let's go for this. A mosque has banned women and girls over the age of 12. So it's just going to be a load of men and boys and little girls. You know, the ones that legally, by Sharia law, under their own law, which they're taking this on over our law, they can rape those little girls. But they're allowed to go with the men and boys. Women and girls, not so much. Muslim charity run organised by East London Mosque called the event inclusive and family friendly, despite only letting men and boys take part. The event is being held in Victoria Park in Tower Hamlets and will see no women complete the 5-kilometre circuit. I wouldn't want to anyway, but then, well, I've got MS, I couldn't if I tried. The Aspire Party is the local authority in the area, headed by Lutfar Rahman, love his noodles, a former Labour councillor who was removed from his position for electoral fraud but re-elected in 2022. This is all you need to know about fucking Labour. Politics in general. I know I call out Labour because, you know, like, our ward is run by a Labour ward council. Always has been. Tell you a funny little story. Years and years ago, and I did do videos on this, back when Virginia Cleaver was our ward councillor, I actually thought she was my fucking friend at one point. Fool. But trust everybody at first. I do. You know, like, I let them prove themselves. And anyways, Peter Soulsby, Sir Peter Soulsby now, knocked on my front door trying to get my support. This is before he made himself the city mayor, before he made that post and stepped into it himself, and now can't be shifted, right? And Chocker Adam was one of the people who's on their manifesto when he got in. Part of his thing was, I'm going to get rid of Peter Soulsby for you, because nobody likes the dude. It's one of them. Like Keir Starmer, it's like, mate, don't care. Me and my lodge buddies, we've got this thing sorted out. Like, the public means fucking nothing, as the planning meeting for that mosque fucking showed. But yeah, and there was a lady on a. So when he knocks on my door, I said, "There's no point in voting for anybody because there'll always be my government," because the Queen was alive back then. He just fucking spat round on his heel, fucked off, and left with me Virginia Cleaver. And I'm like, well, I don't see the point. Like, they're still the Crown's government, and no matter what side gets it, she's just stood there and went, "Oh." That's her political ability. But there was another lady that knocked on my door with a lovely chap with a cricket sweater and a straw hat on. And I was having a lovely conversation with them, and she said, "You should go for councillor yourself." And I'm like, "No." She's like, "You should, because, you know, like, you've got the will of the people at your heart. You know, like, you want the best for the community. You'd be great in that." Would never have got it, even if I'd have gone. Would not ever, because the whole system is corrupt as fuck. Owned by them bastards. I ain't working for them bastards. No way. And I wouldn't be allowed, because I speak freely. I have free speech. And you're only allowed to repeat what you're told to say. So, wouldn't think it. But yeah, somebody did suggest that I went for that role myself. Anyway, I much prefer this. I much prefer talking to myself. At least I know that I can speak my truth. You know, like, I have nobody to please, nobody to appease. So yeah, I'm going to tell you what's in my heart and what I see with my eyes that are actually paying the fuck attention. The move by East London Mosque comes amid increasing concerns about the rise of Sharia values incorporating themselves into British society. I've said it before, Islam has a word, taqiyya, right? And that means to lie. They can lie with their hand on the fucking Quran and literally say, I promise not to lie, on their holy book, knowing that that holy book forgives them for lying if they are forwarding their agenda. They literally are built on that. But we're not allowed to notice this particular thing. So, of course, they've come in, no, you won't have any Sharia law over here. It's a different country. This is what, the BBC chap that I spoke to that wouldn't help me about the mosque either. It's like, no, that won't open it. That won't happen here. We have different laws. No, they're taking over. They tell us. They have multiple, I've watched so many videos of them saying themselves, we're not here to take part, we're here to take over. We are colonising the Western world and we will have it for ourselves, and then we will make you our slaves. They will make white people their slaves. They say it themselves. I am not making this fucking stuff up. And they say, no. But we've got, 85? At least 85 Sharia law courts in England. The law that says little girls can be raped anally up to and vaginally after the age of 8. That a woman isn't, literally, their whole system, like mosques have separate praying areas for women. They have separate swimming. Oh, sorry, but this little arsehole, my Shelley Bean wanted to go out. But yeah, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Yesterday evening, the Equality and Human Rights Commission said that it would look into the case after it was revealed by the Mail on Sunday. Campaigners have described the move as regressively sexist and plainly unlawful. Founder of feminist group Party of Women, Kelly J. Keane, said banning women and girls over the age of 12 from a from a public charity event is plainly unlawful. And if you're a woman and you let your little girl go off with them men, shame on you. Reinforces regressive sexist attitudes towards women's place in public life. Now, didn't we go through, what were the suffragettes all about? Do you know what I mean? How long have women fought for women's rights, and then all of a sudden, boom, Islam turns up, women mean nothing again. In fact, they want us all covered up. Admittedly, I was a bit naughty, but I had a post removed from Facebook because I did say that, something about men covering up their wives. And it's like, yeah, I know that if I see so much as a little fucking finger, I can't control my sexual urges and I have to rape because it's how I've been brought up and it's what the God I pray to. It's like literally that Scottish dude, the cute one, Scottish Korean, he calls him a pedo warlord, and that basically is the closest, I wouldn't call him that myself, not on video, but at the end of the day, this man's, Mohammed's whole thing was rape and kill, take over, invade and all the sex that you can possibly get your hands on, no matter whether it's a woman or a child or 30 black men, 30 naked black men. I was oot. No, look that one up. Do you know what I mean? It's just sex and violence. Islam is just sex and violence. But they're called, because they call themselves the religion of peace, and literally cry racism and Islamophobia if you even point out any of the verifiable facts about the fact that they're all about sex and violence. Like everybody else is wrong. I'm the one that's villainised. I'm the one that's risking arrest for pointing out facts. I'm the one that's risking, that everybody fucking hates, because I'm the one that's on the side of women and girls. I'm the one that's fighting for the safety of women and children on this estate, and I am the outcast for that. Riddle me that. Why is the one who literally is spending their time looking at this shit and going, no, please God, no? Why am I the bad guy for actually looking at it? And old Karen Pickering, like fucking shiny and light, because she's just going like, oh, Imam, oh, he's a lovely fella. Ask him about Muhammad. Also, you know, ask anybody, like, so you're meant to follow Muhammad and Muhammad's perfect. Well, you know, like I watched a video last night of these two imams. So that if I finished that, I know I started that earlier on, explaining why it's perfectly okay to have sex with a 9-year-old girl. As long as she is menstruating, you can take her vaginally. As soon as she starts to menstruate. No morals about it. Just like, oh, she started bleeding, so she can make a baby, therefore I can put my penis in her, because the only thing I want her for is to make babies for me and feed me fucking sandwiches. It's so regressive, it's so backward, and it takes away all of the work that women have fucking done. So, like, yeah, the t-shirt was an accident, but a happy one. No charity should be allowed to operate under a different set of rules because of religion or culture. Equality before the law must apply to everyone, but they don't follow our law. They follow their own law. And they will tell you that. That's what matters to them. It is their law. It is their scripture. It is their holy fucking promise to behave like Muhammad. And Muhammad killed people and had sex with children. I'm sorry, but I'm leaders. I'm just gonna fucking this is GB News. Mosque bans women, girls charity run, so go and have a look at it. But I shall finish with leaders at East London Mosque insisted that their policy did not breach the Equality Act, which makes it illegal to discriminate against someone based on their sex. They did fail to explain why some girls could take part in the event, those under the age of 12, but not others. So they didn't explain why your little girls can go with these men who were told that little girls are legally can be had sex with at that age. It comes as US President Donald Trump claimed London wants to go to Sharia law under its terrible mayor, says Sadiq Khan. Again, the fact that his name sounds so much like sick cunt is literally not lost on me. And again, in a fiery rant, Mr. Khan responded, accusing Mr. Trump of being racist and Islamophobic. They literally are just trampling over British values, and literally the minute anybody goes, excuse me, but this isn't fair, you're a racist, you're an Islamophobe. And if you watch them, when they get challenged on anything, they're usually the first two words out of their mouth. Before there's no coherent argument that comes back. It's just stop speaking. And that's exactly what our local Labour ward councillors are doing to this borough, to our ward, sorry. Like, that's what they're doing. Shut up. Do not speak. Do not have an opinion. Let it happen. Lay back and let it happen. No, not while there's a tongue in my head and a brain sitting up there that's actually processing the facts before me. Do you know what I mean? And I saw this lovely young man who spoke with these imams. Lovely chap, you know what I mean? Like, polite about it and everything. It's like, I'm sorry, but this doesn't make any sense, right? But it's like, you know, like, well, do you know what? I fucking had it. It's getting on my tits, but I will not fucking shut up. And there are other people out there who are learning about this now. And all I can say, my best advice is talk to people. If you look at something and you realise something inherently wrong in it, Pass that information along. Do not listen to people in power who can't even spell your. I've been talking about Karen again. Who literally have no argument, who are just hurling insults. Bat. So her saying white British men, she mentioned, I'm going on about a religion. She went on about white people. But I'm the one that's being racist. Despite the fact that I have friends from all different fucking corners of the world, of all different colours. I find different cultures fascinating. It's something that I do. I talk to people and find out what life's like in their part of the world, because I'm fascinated by other people's stories. This whole blinkering, no, we must all think the same thing. Well, it's why we were educated, and that's I've done videos on that fuckers as well. But I'm gonna leave this for now. Let me know what you think. Like, literally, this does breach equality fucking protocol, but this is what their religion is like. Women are seen as half as intelligent as men. We have half the intelligence of some dude who thinks that it's okay to have sex with somebody as soon as she starts bleeding. I have half of that. You see why I have to fucking speak up, don't you? I ain't having anybody telling me that I'm fucking thicker than that fucker, because you don't get much thicker than that fucker, let's face it. Anyways, if you've made it till the end, I owe you a bevy. Pick a pub, but not this one, because it's going to be a mosque, and they've said that they're not going to do a call to prayer, but we all know that they are. We all know that they are. Thank you for being here. Please come back, and hopefully soon, right, soon I'll have a different topic of fucking conversation, because it gets me down, but the public deserves to know, and the public is being actively blocked from finding out, because if we did know, we'd have something to say about the fucker. If we were aware of what, by law, and how they're taught in the 5 prayers they do every day, how they're meant to behave, if we knew what we were facing, we would have a say about it. But we're not allowed to look, because racist and Islamophobic. And it's like, you can call me what you like, mate, sticks and stones. But women and children, the safety of women and children and men, will always be my priority, because there's a shitstorm coming to my estate, and I won't shut up. Just in case. And let's not forget, all I want is for that mosque not to open. It's all I want. Keep them kids safe in that primary school. It's all I want. I don't want any hatred. I don't feel any hatred to Muslims. Well, these imams, like, literally, I still don't feel hatred. I feel pity, and I feel like a gobsmackedness at the level of retardation of their whole fucking argument. It's like, literally, you're thick as shit, mate. I'm sorry, but you're thick as shit. Just blindly following a religion from hundreds of years ago that's never fucking changed, that is nasty. I don't think that that's intelligence, myself. Anyway, I will have a fatwa. Thank you for coming. Please come back. And never forget that I love you all, Muslims included. Bye.